And live.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm Bombomb, a Japanese speedrunner. Custom Robo V2 will be shown. It was only released in Japan as Robot Action RPG. I'm so pleased to participate in this questing for Glory 6 and show this speedrun for other countries. I hope you will understand that I'm not good at English. In this game, we have invited Shirley and Ghost Kumo from the Custom Robo community as commentator. They helped me. A comment please from Shani.
Hello, I'm Shani. I'm back again from the Breath of Fire run.
I am Ghost Kumo. I'm back again from the Pokemon Stadium run that came after Shawnee's run.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Bomb was saying, so Custom Robo series didn't get released in the United States until the 4th installment, which is Custom Robo Battle Revolution, just called Custom Robo in the United States. But these games, there were 3 games that came out before that one. This is the second, Custom Robo V2 for the Nintendo 64. The second Nintendo 64 game of this marathon, I believe.
Aren't you the other one?
Yes. I wasn't gonna say it, but yes.
Yeah. And honestly, it's a treat. And it's also amazing just to see how polished this 64 game is for frame rate and movement.
Mm-hmm.
Things you don't really think of when you think of 64 games.
Shani and Ghost?
I-
If you tell me anything, please speak slowly in this speedrun.
Sure.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, when this blue box is selected, timer start. Okay, I count 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Bum Bum.
Yes,
Ganbatte.
頑張ります.
So, Custom Robo V2 starts off like V1. We start off with basically a dream sequence of just Custom Robos, and this is, I wrote down the names here. Futaba, the hero's sister, to come basically wake you up and bring you down to see your mother. And honestly, like this is such a strange thing for me to see because I've played Arena and it's not beat for beat, but it's very close to a lot of scenarios in it as well.
Yeah, the basic gist of most of the Custom Robo worlds is you play as a kid, usually a silent protagonist that you name yourself. Everyone in the world uses Custom Robos, which are these little cubes that you can construct your own little mini robots that fight each other, shoot each other, and you beat each other up with these little robots. And they're just cute little stories where it's kind of treated like a sport in a similar way to a lot of like card game anime. But by the end of the game, things usually get a little bit more serious. If you are familiar with like Custom Robo for the GameCube, this game has a similar whimsical tone to the beginning, but it doesn't quite get as like weirdly dark as the later portions of the game. It's definitely a more Saturday morning cartoon type game, if I could describe it with something.
Yeah, and also we'll be versing. This would be Taha, I believe. I recall the names correctly. I try my best to look at my notes as much as possible here. But yeah, so the basic battles and how they play out is an action RPG. You have a charge here with Bomb and Zonestring. He has a bomb. You have the gun as well. We also have a Robo, surprise, and surprise, we're going to be able to customize said Robo in Custom Robo. And actually, I say that semi-jokingly, but V1, Wonderful Fight Bomb Bomb. You bullied him to perfect.
That was a great fight.
In V1, you actually couldn't customize the body of the robot. You just customized the parts. And in V2, they eventually made it so you can unlock different bodies that you would be using. And Bomb Bomb will be switching off and on between some bodies, but it's mostly going to be Ray 2 for the next little bit. But we'll be switching parts as well when we get them, and they're beneficial for us. And this would be Genta, if I remember correctly as well. And you can see here, charge is quite overpowered. We're also versing a little raider who tends to go down in a single hit, and we are just going to absolutely demolish the poor little guy. So that's that battle as well. Very nice, clean battle. You also we should explain some of the battle mechanics as well, just because they'll come up and it's really hard to explain during the more difficult battles. There's stuff like Rebirth, where you get knocked down and you have a brief invincibility period that's happening. Down, which will remove all bullets, but not bombs or pods. We'll get into those in a sec. Off the field, so you can also save yourself, or people can save themselves as well. There is the basic stuff. Also, since it's on 64, the jump button's on the R button, which is very hard to play with for me. I
that took some getting used to.
Yeah. I went back actually after the Breath of Fire run and did a couple of end boss fights and a couple other stuff and did like 2 or 3 days, and I could not stop just firing just a random bomb instead of jumping. So that's a learned skill. And we have here a polar bear, and I think it's this I don't know what kind of model this is, but we see there the gun as well. Nice, another perfect match again, Bombomb. Good job.
Yeah.
And Bombomb will be making quick work of a lot of these because generally the way the battles work is you want to have momentum on your side, you want to get them as they get out of their iframes, and you want to basically do as much as you can to down them, but at the same time keep them out of those iframes as long as possible, do a big damage combo as you're going through it. So you'll see here, the charge is just good free damage for 1 hit, and you can keep layering that for a while. And the one thing I could not figure out, I don't know how the cube launcher works in this game. I constantly land on my head. I don't know how that works. Ghost, do you know how that works? Or?
I never figured it out. So,
okay.
The custom Robo game on the GameCube is, I believe, the only one in the series where the cube launcher is generally manipulable. Mm-hmm. In the other games, it's like you'll fire it and you just hope that you land on the head, and if not the head, then like the side or back. But the worst thing is on the feet, which is gives the longest amount of time for you to have to like mash buttons to get back up.
And we are seeing here RoboDoc. He saw the battles and he's interested, and he'll be showing us stuff on day 2. But Bombomb is now done day 1, so off to sleep the hero goes. And we'll be moving on to day 2, and we will be seeing some cameo characters from V1, actually, of all things.
Yeah, so this game takes place over the course of 13 in-game days. Pretty typical fare for custom Robo games. They take place over a couple of... presumably they're not consecutive days, but we like to think that they are because it's funnier that way.
Yeah, it's just 2 weeks, you're the best.
Yeah, you go from first Robo to like best in the continent.
Yeah.
And they're definitely not even. I'm pretty sure the last day takes like a quarter of the run just by itself.
Oh no, V2 is GameCube version. Yes, V2 far worse than the GameCube version could ever be for the last day. Because the last day with Bombomb's notes is day 12 start battles 59 to 62 and then 63 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Day 12 goes on for a while.
Yeah, final day is so long.
Yeah. And very difficult as well. There's a lot of tough battles in that day. But right now we're just versing nice little basic robos. They have basic AI, and you just kind of get to see how things go. And hopefully, if everything goes well, the battles will still go like that when they get more difficult. Because Bomb, I do believe you're the world record holder for this game, right?
I have world record.
Yeah, you have first place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his PB is at 218, if I remember correctly, which Custom Robo 1 did actually have a fairly active scene. I think Custom Robo 2 hasn't quite built up as much of like an international scene, because there are a few Western runners who do run Custom Robo 2, but this is kind of the longer, more elaborate game, and it's definitely a more difficult run overall.
It really is.
Yeah, although I will say the final boss of the first Custom Robo is a dirty cheater. Yes.
Yes. Mamoru is extremely difficult in V1. With the smallest arena and a magnum and a very fast Robo. No one likes versing him.
I do believe he appears as a cameo in this game as well,
Yes.
but he's significantly toned down.
Yeah, there are probably a lot of complaints about that one, truthfully. But we'll see here, we're going to be equipping our favorite friend from the GameCube version, Standard Bomb S.
Mm-hmm.
Standard Bomb S, the S stands for stun, and it's great, and we love it. But if you hit yourself, you do stun yourself as well.
Yes.
So it's a double-edged sword, so you have to be very careful, you just can't fire the bomb off willy-nilly, and you can see there, a bomb landing on his head, just to wiggle out, and track down this little monster, or not little monster, little Robo again.
Yeah, the thing that you really come to learn is like probably the most valuable skill, or at least one of the most valuable skills, is proper spacing between you and your enemies. This is a standard tactic for an arena type game anyways, but it's especially important because the enemy AIs usually makes decisions based on how far away from it that you are standing, especially right as they rebirth. If you're enough of a distance, they'll tend to be a little bit slower and more passive, but if you're like right in their face, they're more likely to fire, or they're more likely to charge, or just like dash away and make things more tricky to deal with.
Yeah. I also meant to ask, Bombomb, are you going to be doing the overworld map movement that you were showing off yesterday?
Moving speed?
Yeah.
Yes, I tried that, but it is difficult to adjustment of angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speed up phenomenon means adjusting the neutral portion.
Yeah. And it took me a while to try to replicate it, and it's actually not replicatable on the Switch at all, which is very sad.
So only
But
Nintendo 64 version.
Yeah, the 64, I only learned this as of yesterday. You could reset the control stick by pushing L, R, and start at the same time. And Bomba was able to basically like triple his movement speed on the overworld map by resetting it while holding down the opposite direction he wanted to go. And then basically like Doom 64 or Doom speedruns, you basically have the double stick movement and you'd be able to like blast through levels. It works in this game too, but it's only available on the 64. And I tried for an hour to replicate it, and I eventually found out they actually disabled that feature on the Switch's NSO. Yes, capture vectors.
Somebody's asking, if you like the GameCube version, would it be great to come back to this one? I would say it is good to come back to both Custom Robo for the N64 and V2. Do them in that order, because there are things from the first game that lead into the second. Even if the first game's a little bit simpler, it's like a short 4-hour play. You can beat that game in like a single sitting. As for unofficial translations, there does exist a fan translation for most of the main story of Custom Robo. I don't think it's like super well edited, but it does exist. You can get through the game.
Yeah.
This game, unfortunately, I don't believe anyone was ever put out there. I think somebody once worked on it and has like an incomplete version that was never like released.
Yeah, it is playable though for V1 and V2 if you were to. Oh, sorry, just to point out, this is Shinichi, one of the hero's friends from the first game. So we'll be having a cameo battle because this is basically the future, and you can verse people over the internet.
So there's a lot of these battles where I think his name is Robo Kishi. Sets up these simulators so you battle characters from the first game. This happens quite often. Robodoc, yeah. Somebody is renamed Robo Kishi, and I forget which character that is.
I think it is.
That might just be like what the name is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, with this, like, they're kind of showing off, like, oh, V1 did happen, and we're able to kind of see what the other characters are up to. This was the friend of the hero, and we're going to get another fight right after, I do believe, with Karen. I think that's her name.
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah, Karen. Thank you. There you go. And
we don't need to say that name when we're streaming to Palmer's PC.
shout out to Professor Palmer. But yeah, so this is another one. This should be Flare, if I remember correctly, for the Robo. I do believe that was her signature Robo. I still don't know how Bomb is getting all the cube launchers good.
But yeah, so kind of to answer the question, to allude to the question, there is no fan translation, but there is a guide on GameFAQs, which thankfully does give you give you a summary of what all is happening, where to go, characters' names, all that kind of stuff.
I may have it up right now.
Yes, it is. It is about as good. It's about as good as a resource as you're really gonna get. Yeah. So, which isn't bad. And bombomb just like destroying most of these fights. With very, very good consistency. It is one of those games that, like, just as a speed game, it just very much comes down to practicing and knowing how every fight AI tends to work and minimizing the amount of opportunities for them to go after you. Anyways,
this is
Brad is Fukashi.
Yes.
One of the few characters who appears in later custom Robo games.
Every game.
Yeah, they gave him the translation of Marv in the later custom Robos, but he's like just always a punk, just going around messing with things.
Big Robo, big gun, big bombs. Not really tough, but really annoying to take down with the amount of defense he has. And we'll see him numerous times throughout the story as well.
It is worth noting that just because a Robo is like big or small doesn't really affect too many of its parameters in practice. A lot of the beefy guys you can just eviscerate in terms of damage, and it's actually like kind of bad to be big and bulky because it means that it's harder to get down. But if you're spamming enough attacks, you're actually chaining together more damage.
Yeah. And we saw Marv, or Fukashi, just go straight down there, which is honestly nice to see. I think that's the end of day 2, if I remember correctly. I can't remember when that day 2 ends. Or there might be... But we're going to get some more parts, which I am so jealous of in V2 compared to the GameCube version, because you can mash through the parts and just pick up stuff, whatever you want, versus seeing all the character or 3D models appear and showcase them through each one.
Yeah, parts generation in this game is significantly faster than you would see on later custom Robo games. Shawnee and I have put custom Robo Battle Revolution for the GameCube on this channel at several points in the past, and we stopped picking up new parts after the 5th day of the game simply because the animations that it would take to get new parts they just add up to too much time to be worth it, especially when you already get like such a stupidly good gun on the first day of the game.
Which doesn't work the same way in this version as well, which is a bit of a shame. We're also in a warehouse right now. We're going to be versing one person before going down. We are at the secret base, and I think this is, if I recall correctly, a place where people... this is like kind of like an underground parts place or something, or like a gang hideout. I can't exactly remember why we're here. Yes, Bomb's screen does look like that, so it's not a thing. It's the way it's captured.
Yeah, it looks fine in battles for the most part, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But the other thing as well I wanted to say is if you have an MSO account or Nintendo Switch Online account, and if your region is set to Japan, you can download the 64 one, and that comes with V1 and V2. And they play great. I absolutely love picking them up every now and then.
Yeah,
eventually one day I'll speedrun them.
I am of the honest opinion that if these games had released in North America, they would be the childhood favorites of like a lot of N64 kids, because there was a dearth of anything even resembling RPGs on that console, and it's
let alone robots.
Yeah, this was like the era of Pokemon popping off. Everyone and Yu-Gi-Oh started popping off. Kids just love just playing with little guys and just beating up other people's little guys. I think this game would have been a lot of like childhood favorites for a lot of people, and maybe the series would have been a bigger success.
Also, I don't want to point out, Bomb, I did see the double speed going down the stairs.
Yeah.
So you did pull it off.
Yes, going the stairs.
That was not the stream skipping at all. That is how fast the overworld movement is that Bomb does the walking glitch. That was the first instance of that one. It wasn't the game or stream skipping. Bomb does move that fast, but the way it works is very tedious. Also, all the arenas are very dynamic in this game, and a lot of them are brought over from V1. And if you do play the GameCube version, a lot of them will look familiar as well, because they actually bring them back numerous times to the GameCube version. That was a very clean battle in that arena too.
Yeah, this arena is tricky. I like the theme of being on the back of a warship or airship there.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I think I should mention, if I recall correctly, their game actually forces you to the parts generator more often in this one, so like you're naturally just going to get to more parts. So you do see quite a few different parts in this game, more than like I think any of the other speedruns, except maybe Arena, but Arena's also like a 5-hour speedrun, so
yeah, and
it has a lot of strange roadblocks.
That and the polishing parts thing really turned me off from that game.
Yeah.
It was a very good game, but then it was like, oh, like, let's just polish a Robo for it's like, no. There's no reason. But this one's a good, clean little Robo battle there. Again, it's extremely fast. It's extremely optimized. The battles are nice and quick, but let alone the game doesn't lag when you're doing the battles. It's actually really... There's the movement speed again. That's a complicated series of buttons that Bomb is pushing to do that as quick as he's doing it, and not opening up the start menu at the same time. So, but it makes a big difference. You save literally seconds every single time you do that successfully. And that adds up considerably after a while. We also see here bomb to charge tends to be a try and true mechanic for doing the battles. Oh, we never touched on air dashes. Let's talk about different mechanics. We see the ray here, the one that Bomb is using. You can air dash twice. Not all Robos have the same air dashes. Some will vanish and just reappear. Some will actually do air jumps. Some will have a single dash. And there's a lot of different variety to different Robos. And honestly, that's what makes this series so fun, is if you can play this game casually, you can beat the game and speedrun it as well. Just play with your favorites, get a time on the board, and go from there. Like my favorite in this game, and basically every other game, is Javelin, or Chicken Heart, which is basically a kind of a strike vanisher style, like you disappear and reappear. I don't actually know what Ghost Kumo's favorite Robo is, but I do know Bomb. I do know Bomb. Your favorite Robo is still Javelin, right?
Yeah, Javelin. I like Javelin.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, strike vanisher type is so cool.
It is, it really
You
is.
spam charge, just charge into enemies over and over.
No, you just appear behind someone with a magnum or a shotgun, you win the battle. It's great.
Anyway, so Fakashi's gimmick in this game, or his little whole modus operandi, is he like tames animals and teaches them how to tunnel Robos. So we're just fighting a monkey.
This is Caesar the monkey. I wrote down his name.
Yep.
This arena. I hate this arena so much.
Yeah, any arena that has like moving platforms is rough, especially when you have stuff like lava, which instantly downs you and does like 100+ damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, perfect.
Yeah. Again, a lot of the arenas, and also we're going to see Fakashi and Caesar have a little fight here. They're going to chase each other and then run off. We will see Fakashi again with another animal. Place your bets in chat to what you think it will be.
It's even dumber.
Yep. Honestly, Fakashi is wonderful. Especially because like he actually is a cameo character. He hacks a computer in Bell Revolution, so he does have a speaking role in that game too. But you never see him in person. There's wanted posters everywhere. You hope it's a bear? That's a good bet. This is Yaiba, I believe?
Yeah, Yaiba.
Yeah, and Yaiba actually doesn't really battle. They have problems doing, I was going to say row battles. I saw Metabots earlier in the chat. That's my brain going to that. You know, we'll have to eventually verse Yaiba later. But we're going to go back here. And this is... Ooh. Oh, right, yes. I do believe this was the butler of one of the characters who is.
Oh no, this is Robo Kichi. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Custom Robo.
I think this person was the butler in the rich person's game, or rich person's house in the first game, if I remember correctly. It's been some time since I played V1. I played V2, actually literally just after the Breath of Fire 1 run yesterday. I knew I was going to have to commentate. I did my best for homework.
I played my playthrough of it either late last year or earlier this year.
Another perfect.
Yeah, so good.
Honestly, yeah, but like perfects don't save time. If you were to do a quick battle and just, even if you get hit but you still deal enough damage and win, that's fine. Perfects don't take extra time to have a little text pop up as well. And the one thing I really dislike about Custom Robo Battle Revolution for the GameCube compared to this game is you can skip the winning screen. You can't do that in the Custom Robo Battle Revolution game, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of time saved you can get in this run.
Yeah.
Just due to how the N64 processes things. So this is the rich girl Catalia in Custom Robo 1.
Yep.
Like I said, most of the game of Custom Robo 1 is just like silly. You go around a town, play against all the top Robo battlers, and then bad guys show up, and then you have to deal with the bad guys with Robos, and then you finally do the final tournament.
But what's Kumo? One of the test answers is a commander. Don't you know that?
I mean, yes. So in universe, the person who pilots a robo, or the person who operates a robo, is called a commander, and the way that they operate them is called a dive.
Actually, no, I have a shirt with the answer on it.
I really wanted to say that's not going to be on the test chat, but it is literally on the test in Custom Robo GameCube, and I will forever give Shawnee crap for the fact that he has handwritten notes of all the different test answers. He even has a shirt with the test answers printed upside down, just so you could look down at his shirt. He wore this to when we ran the game at RPG Limit Break 2018, despite the fact that he was not playing that section because it was a relay.
Stinger PA never let me wear the shirt. I had to I ended up wearing a Canada shirt instead. He's like, you're not wearing that on stream. I'm like, okay.
If it's not hard to tell, so the thing about the Custom Robo games, these games are fun to run. There is a lot of depth to them, but at the same time, it is a lot of just consecutive battles and just like optimizing them. And strats on the surface can feel like you're going through a lot of the similar motions. So we tend to just, a lot of Custom Robo runs have just consisted of one person is doing a run and the rest of us just get in a call and we talk about everything that isn't Custom Robo.
Pretty much. Yeah, the record amount of people we've had in one call is 13. That is when M-Toms was doing their first run, and everyone just saw someone doing a run and call and went, yeah, okay. So we're done day 3. So we're on to day 4, which is a quick 3-fight day. But we're gonna have to break into someone's house now, because we're heroes. That's what we do.
Yeah, we gotta break all of their belongings and take all the rupees and all that.
Yeah, we're making sure Futaba doesn't wake up. Genta and Taha we're gonna head off to Yaiba's house, and we are going to try to steal the battle data. I do believe is the story plot here of Yaiba. Or is it a brother? I can't remember.
If I remember right, his whole story is like his brother died or something, and like he doesn't want to delete the battle data of his robo computer. There is a little bit more drama to this game's story here and there.
You're right. It's the battle data will survive for 100 battles. He's holding off on the 99th battle to 100th battle right now, and his father comes and is like, "Yeah, do the 100th battle." Oh, okay. Which I do believe this is a fight with a javelin. I think this is actually not where you get it, but I do believe we'll be switching items here. I do believe is that the 3-way gun?
Yeah, I changed vertical gun.
Vertical gun. Yes. Yeah, the vertical gun is extremely good, just to stun enemies as well and keep them in place.
There was a somewhat low optimization TAS of the GameCube version, I believe, that actually used the vertical gun. It wasn't a very well optimized TAS, but it does show that that gun can be pretty powerful.
Yeah, it also shows how important mashing is in the GameCube version. Thankfully, this one you just kind of tap A at arithmetic timing, and you're actually fine for mashing. The GameCube one, please use the turbo control. It's not worth your wrists.
He is speaking from experience there.
Yes, actually, since me and Bomb, we actually raced the charity marathon for Midwest Speed Fest. My wrists have still not healed since me and Bomb raced.
Yeah,
I really strained my wrist again, so I had to take.
That was your runs were off by like 7 seconds or something like that. It was a really close race.
Yeah. So close battle.
Yeah, it was all down to the end, boss. Yeah, and I was getting beat the entire time. I can't take any pride in like, oh, I was doing great. I was doing amazing time. Bomba was just ahead of me the entire time. It was amazing. So, but like on here, we are. This is not a Sunday match. We will be doing 2 more fights at the Robo Arena.
Miss.
Yeah. Just walk to the front door, yeah. Bob was trying to do the walking. I'll call it a glitch. It's just basically you're using the neutral resetting thing of the N64 controller against itself. You gotta talk to a few people around the room. Not everyone this time. Just enough. Eventually, though, they'll make you talk to everyone.
It's a pretty common thing in these games to make you talk to either key or just all available NPCs in order to advance the game.
Yeah.
It's effectively what New Journey is it's meant to serve as a story mode tutorial for how to actually play the game, so that when you get to the game's multiplayer aspect, or in this game it's post-game, you're pretty well set up to understand like the basic ideas of what all the parts do, how useful they are, different kinds of strategies that you can do, because there's all kinds of things in the text of saying like you can use pods to zone somebody off for an assault with your bomb before charging in, or various different little nuanced strategies like that. It is actually really dynamic in the multiplayer, but because the AI in these games' story is fairly understandable, we try to optimize damage over everything else.
Yeah, and just as a little side note for anyone who is interested in custom Robo, there actually is a Steam game coming out called Battlecore Robots, which honestly handles 1-to-1 to a custom Robo game, and it is amazing.
I'm glad that somebody would do that, because
someone tried before.
Yeah, so some of the people from Noise, which is the developer of Custom Robo, originally I believe a second party or subsidiary of Nintendo. They've pretty much all left the company since the last Custom Robo game. They tried to make their own game called Synaptic Drive, but unfortunately it's like the game didn't have a story mode, which a lot of people were disappointed by, and the netcode in the game was really bad, so it was dead on arrival.
Yeah,
I've heard it's not a bad game. It's just it was sent out without really any chance to take off with this idea that there were definitely a lot of people who were wanting more Robo.
Yeah, Battlecore Robots hits every note right. All stereotypes in that. But anyway, back to the actual speedruns instead of promoting other things. Yeah, I keep seeing in chat, it's like, fun fact, it's like they're on the NSO JP version. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what pods are. We don't use pods really for the most part. I know bombomb does, but in the GameCube version, there's not really much reason to use it. This is because we have the 3-way gun, which is broken in that game. This version of the 3-way gun is not. Which is why Bomb can switch to all sorts of nice different weapons and not worry about losing damage output.
Yeah, it is worth noting that there's a wide variety of weapons. I mean, obviously with a game being like Custom Robo, but what we strive for is output, but also consistency. Because Like the dragon gun is one of my favorite guns in the entire series, but that thing is all or nothing, and if you miss, it's like you are going to get pretty badly punished. So it's not a very consistent gun for use in too many instances, but it is fun to use. And there's a wide variety of just different guns that have various different uses that like would work well against a player where you're trying to mix up, but against the AI, it's just not efficient enough.
Yeah. And there's also actually bombomb. What is your favorite gun?
Favorite gun? Shotgun or three-way gun.
Shotgun is a menace.
Yeah.
So shotgun is short range, powerful damage, instantly downs pretty much every Robo in the game.
Yeah. No matter what weight class they are, how much defense they have, they're going down if they get hit by the shotgun. My favorite gun, actually, I don't think anyone would probably be able to call it. It's the bubble gun.
I like bubble gun.
Yeah, bubble gun's a lot of fun. It stalls people just enough where I can get involved with javelin or chicken heart. Oh, there's a speed thing again.
I would have thought your favorite gun would have been the knuckle gun because
no. Well, that one only with the chicken heart, but I don't use it casually with the other Robos. Javelin with a knuckle gun doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I kind of have to tell the story. We probably have told this story a few times on this channel, but so we did a parts draft for some Robo stuff at Limit Break 2018, and Shawnee picked the chicken heart with knuckle gun. And Shawnee wasn't there at the event, but the other runners were. So we were kind of just like practicing and like getting a feel for our different Robos. And we're like, well, let's see what Shawnee's parts are and try those out, because I don't know why he picked them. I get into a fight with Stinger with Shawnee's drafted parts, and I use it, and within like a few seconds of the fight starting, Stinger's like, I understand why he picked these parts. I hate him for this.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It was fun. It was definitely fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely fun for me.
So Bombom's just over here clearing a bunch of scrubs in this little gauntlet of fights here.
Yep, and there's Nanese. She's just gonna leave. She's just gonna. She's done with the tournament. Yaiba comes in, tries to challenge her, doesn't go very well, and she leaves. And then after this, I do believe they're going to be trying to. Yes, after this, they learned about the Takuma Academy, and it's going to be trying to sneak into the academy to learn more about battling with custom Robos.
So we're here on a podium, missing a person. There's just a generic NPC. You know, one thing I do want to say, kind of with these games, there are not enough sprite-based games on the N64.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like the sprite-based visuals. I find that they age a little better than some of the 3D models.
They look almost like clay to me, for just how they kind of, I guess, had the lighting on them. Also, I do want to point out Genta, the green-haired person there, keeps coming over and basically eating Mom's cookies like every morning, I believe. I don't know if that's an accurate translation, but that's what the guy keeps saying, is he keeps coming and stealing all the cookies.
Protag's mom has got it going on.
Actually, Bomb, does the mom have a unique name?
Mom name is known. Not have name.
Okay.
Yeah,
mom.
Okay.
Mom is mom.
It's just Okasan.
Yeah. Back when I did commentary for Bomb for this game for a GDQ hotfix, I think this is Going Places, I think they called it. I actually could not figure out if Mom had a special name. I after that stream was done, I forgot to ask, and it just faded from memory. And I have here my little paper notes I wrote before here. It says Mom, and there's the question mark beside it. So I didn't know again if she actually had a name. So Mom is just Mom. We are fighting a mysterious girl. Her name is totally not Yuri for later. But she is going to be basically... I do believe she has... what was her... I can't remember what gun she has. All I remember is hating this fight.
Yeah.
Is it this? No, it's not Swordstorm gun. It's something else.
Rayfall?
Rayfall. I think it's the Rayfall gun.
Yes,
Either way,
I see use multiple gun. Same as the Marcia.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that gun.
Marcia, yeah.
The spread gun.
Yeah, spread gun. Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that it hurts. Oh, she dashed through your dash. Also, we should point out when the custom robos turn red during the charges, those are iframes. Different dashes have different amount of iframes on them. Some basically have none.
Javelin.
Javelin being that, but Javelin's so fast, it's honestly near broken. You can do like 5 dashes in a row or charges in a row with the Javelin. It's very fun. Pair it up with a Magnum. You can do 4, then a Magnum, and then just fly away. So we're outside of Takuma Academy right now. She's just gonna walk off into the bushes. The door is right in front of us. And we're heading back to the entrance, and we're gonna make plans to basically make them take us as a thing. And this is Jiru, I believe, right? Because we don't get to see him right now, but I think it's a green cloak individual. I think his name is Jiru. I've had immense difficulty. If it's a green cloak guy when he comes out of the back, I'm pretty sure I dislike fighting him. But he's part of the Takuma Academy. So it's nice to see that he's stuck on the ground. So nice free damage.
Zero. Yeah, his name's Zero. I'm making sure I find my place in the name guide because, admittedly, I'm definitely having to use more reference materials for this because I played this game casually like 9 or 10 months ago.
And there we go. We have Bomb making that fight look like a joke. After I said I've been having issues with it, because I'm pretty sure that is the right character. Yep. I kind of like, holograms, all this other stuff. He's just sitting in the back room.
This guy has like anime rival vibes.
Bomb, was he in V1?
He'll be one. Yeah, he also appeared in V1.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the second last fight of the game before Mamoru, right?
Yeah, and he also appeared in Battle Revolution in Grand Battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a whole tournament in Grand Battle is just references to older characters.
And this person in the suit. This is Mamoru. This is the final boss of V1.
Yeah, he graduated from like competitive Robo battle to office worker, basically. Yeah. Office suit looks like, but yeah. So this fight is definitely still annoying, but thankfully it is not nearly as annoying as his battle in Custom Robo and or like. Also, we have an arena here that doesn't like make his gun stupidly overpowered. Yeah,
he has a very good charge. He has his air dash just shows makes him go down to the ground. He has a Magnum, which really does a lot of damage if he hits you once. It does more damage the closer he is. Farther away, it doesn't down you and doesn't do as much damage. And honestly, that was a very clean fight versus a Magnum user. I think we got hit twice there.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning probably the bread and butter combo that separates like new runners from like experienced runners is learning how to chain together your bombs and charges on downed opponents, because you can throw a bomb and then charge into it, and then like the damage between the two stacks pretty quickly. So you can get a lot of damage on a downed opponent while doing this. The caveat to this is if you accidentally charge into it and get hit by your own bomb, you lose a lot of that damage. So it does take some getting used to.
Yeah. Also, in chat, we'll be versing RoboDoc here for ending the day. This was a GameCube game, but this is the N64 versions that weren't released in North America. Custom Robo or Custom Robo Battle Revolution, which is the fourth game of the series, was released in North America first. Never got a PAL release as well. And then there's Custom Robo Arena on the DS afterwards for North American audiences. But V1 and V2, I loved it. I just hated clean parts. That was the one downside to that game.
Yeah, Arena has some oddities to it.
Good gameplay though, and great Wi-Fi battles. No lag. It's weird.
Why does that have good netcode? Nintendo does not do good netcode.
I know, right?
It's so weird.
Also, it had Jameson as well, which made the game a winner. We'll see Jameson later. Jameson is the best Robo. I stand by that in this game. I love Jameson.
So we also haven't touched on. There is actually a secret fifth Custom Robo game. That is Custom Robo GX. It is a video game that exists for the Game Boy Advance. I think it was like a launch title or something, like really
something
early.
like that.
And it's a 2D kind of game where it's very vertical. It's not very good, unfortunately. It was an experiment that ultimately I don't think worked out very well. But thankfully they followed it up with Custom Robo for the GameCube, aka Battle Revolution.
Yeah, and if you actually plugged was a Game Boy SP with GX in it, you can unlock one of the stages early. You can it gave you basically recognition for playing. It gave you like the dark stage, I think, if it was, where you just do 50 battles, which is a bit bizarre, but all right. So we're at Takuma Academy now, and we are basically doing the entrance exam. And Bombomb will be fighting, I think, 4.
Yeah, 4.
I can remember 4 battles. Yeah, and these battles range. They go up in difficulty as Bombomb is going through this. This is like. We've been doing this for I don't know how long right now. I don't have the timer up. But I want to say like
5 minutes.
Yeah. So Bombomb this is battle number 29. So there's been a lot of battles already.
There's like 90 in the speed run.
Yeah, there's 64 in the GameCube version to put in perspective. Like this game is a lot up here, and the post game for V2 puts the GameCube one to shame. That is a meaty post game for Grand Battle. I still can't touch it. Like I'm not good enough at the game to do that. That says something. But I think part 6 will be getting. Yes, we will be getting the javelin after day 6 here. Sorry. Fight number 31, we will get the javelin. We'll go get the javelin from the parts generator. And then we're going to get also the best gun. Or one of my favorite guns, at least. The Hornet gun, which the community loves.
Yes, because you literally fire a swarm of bees at somebody. I know that there's supposed to be hornets, but bee is a funnier word to say. You
It is.
fire a swarm of raging vespids at your opponent.
Yep. And unfortunately, beesbeesbees.com is dead. But we found
bees.com
Yes.
is alive.
yes, someone revived it with 4 bees instead of 3 for some reason. Yeah, so it's always amazing. But like the Hornet gun, think of a discount shotgun that if you miss, the bullets will track the opponent. It's horrendous. Yeah, there's our wonderful website still revived.
Yeah, we were so sad to see. We were so sad to see the old one go, and we were so happy to see this new one cranked it up even further. Yeah, so as Shawnee was alluding to, the grand battle of this game is even more intense. Like this is kind of, I think, generally assessed in the like Japanese community where all the 5 games are available to be the best game in the series, or at least the most like thorough and like fully like fleshed out. The 100% category of this game is over 9 hours by Ika Hijiki.
Yeah.
The one of the other top Japanese runners who also ran Battle Revolution as well. Admittedly, like it like the first 2 games had a scene develop out of Japan, and then Battle Revolution, it was mostly Western runners for a while, and then Bombomb and
Momo.
Bombomb as well as Ika and Momo came in and have really pushed any percent down as well. So
Yeah, making me sweat there, Bomb with your times. Keep going constant near my my first place time. It's no longer safe. Because before both Momo and Bomb were getting runs on the leaderboard. First place used to be 159.20. Then now I guess fourth place is now 205. And Bomb has 2 hour 28 second, I think.
1 hour 59 minute and 56 second.
That's right. Yes, he did get slipped too.
Yeah, I gave him the role in I gave him the role in the Discord as the badge of honor because we would not stop memeing about that for years and years. We still don't stop memeing.
So we see here, this is the javelin. This is the difference in gameplay now. Is Bomb can not only teleport beside them now, but it gets stung right after as well. But the hornet gun, if all 5 hornets or bees hits the opponent, it does a ton of damage. And it's great because it downs them basically instantly as well. It overloads them, makes them go into like the down status before rebirth. But javelin can also do a lot of charges, set things up, and also like quickly leave the area as well and set up for another attack. So javelin will be used for I think some time for the most part. Let's see the Bomb's notes. I think you keep javelin for. Yeah, you don't change it until like battle 89. So javelin's here to stay, which makes me very happy.
It's just a fun Robo.
It really is.
Yeah, so now we have finally graduated from living at home to living at summer camp.
Where they are going to work us to the bone.
Yep.
And this is... We are going to be separated here, and we are going to be going to... the waterfall area, where Turaji... Again, pronunciation's really bad, I'm sorry. He basically does squats, and he has a bandana.
Yeah.
That's the way I could recognize him.
Yeah, he always training.
Yeah, he's always training. He's just doing that Final Fantasy VII minigame nonstop, just doing those squats. Some say he's still doing it to this day. But yeah, it's honestly just... Like, there he is. Just doing squats. That's his idle animation. He'll walk and he'll start doing more squats. But basically we'll do, I think, 3 battles today. Is it 3 or 4 here? No, it's all the way up. It should be, well, it says here, 44 to 50. And then once we're done this day, we have bad news for Bomb's character, but not Bomb, is they don't want us to finish today until we do 100 more battles afterwards. So we'll be going to bed very tired today.
Yeah, thankfully you don't actually have to play all of them. Or I guess,
or else we'll be here for a while.
I guess, unfortunately, if you really love Robo battles, it would make the game quite long, but I do think it would bog down the pacing.
Shout out for Stinger finishing his submission video 8 minutes before deadline. Love you, Stinger.
I mean, I submitted my submission video. I submitted my submission video for one of my marathon runs after I put the submission text. And then Dolph somehow put his submission later than mine, so happens. Yeah, limit break in the past 7 years has changed at least in a few ways, but I still love it.
Yeah, it was so crazy being down there with everyone and just like putting faces to names. But Delphi, wonderful person, recognized me from my voice. I came up, I'm like, oh, hi. It's like, who are you? It's like, I'm Delphi. I'm like, oh, it's like, hello. It's such a neat environment to be in.
Yeah, so this arena here might look kind of familiar to those of you who played Custom Robo on the GameCube.
I don't like it.
Yeah, this is the arena of the second worst fight in that game. I mean, that's not quite one-to-one recreation, but it definitely is like inspired by, there's a lot of like arenas that show up in later games that are inspired by the ones that they set up in these earlier games. as we were alluding to a little earlier, and Bomb just casually just having a really good fight. You will see that more and more he's going to start taking more damage because the AI tends to get just more aggressive as the game goes on.
Yeah, and again, like Bomb is making easy work of these battles, but legitimately, if you play this casually, if you give the AI any time to breathe, they're going to corner you, they're going to zone you, they're going to bully you. Like, these battles can turn on a dime, and it's the same in the GameCube version, it's the same as this one, is the battles, when they're done correctly, you know, they're quick and they look relatively the same. If you, hey, Bubblegum, if you do not, if you let the AI just take a chance, like, you're going to realize how hard this speedrun really is to do everything flawlessly in one go, because if they get away from you, they're staying away. They're really hard to track down, really hard to corner sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably one of the bigger things that will cost you time is when the enemy gets too defensive and they start trying to run away, and you have to kind of track them down. Especially when you get to later games with more mobile robos.
Yeah. Just going up the bridge here, treading on the waterfall, because sure, the water makes a difference when we're treading with robos that we control with our mind. Sure. Yeah, I remember Palmer in the coffee pot. That was the best thing to follow.
We still jokingly call it Karaf Chan at some point.
Also, beautiful combo with 350 damage off the start with the hornet gun and javelin. So, different robos have different damage scaling, or damage defense. Sorry, that's the term I'm looking for. And you see like the little raiders. There's a lot of different robos we've been passing over. Those little guys running around, they get down in one single hit. They have low defense, high agility. The bigger ones tend to take more to knock them down, but likewise, you can do more damage to them before they get knocked down. And you kind of have like the middles, like Javelin, Ray, and stuff like that, where we'll call them medium robos. They tend to go down sorta quickly, but enough so you can deal a lot of damage. All the robos share 1000 HP. So if you do like 333.3 repeating damage, you know, just to say you do 1/3 their HP, 3 combos, they're dead, quick and easy. So if you're doing 350, that's a really good amount for a combo, because it means you can do it twice more. That's kind of the goal I try to go for the GameCube version.
Yeah, you'll rarely ever get like a 3 combo KO in this game, but like usually 4 is acceptable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, it's just there's all the bees. Just to show you how strong that guy is when he missed a shot. I still don't understand the one thing with Robo Dice in this game. Why does it make like a bone clacking noise when it shakes? That would always confuse me. It's like the other one is like a nice silent, you know, thing and shoots out the tube. But this was this clack 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 clack. Oh, okay, cool. So we have Nanetse and Takuma. They're watching over us. We make a comment about how we're not tired or we are tired, and then we basically have to do 100 more battles. I'll be back in a sec. I just have to check one quick thing.
Yeah, in Japan, 2 days ago in November 10th, it is the anniversary day of release custom Robo V2. So celebration 23 year.
So yeah, right now we're basically plotting like a secret mission to uncover the kind of dark secret of the academy here. But of course, Jiro is not gonna allow us to do that. He basically accuses Yurie of being a spy. So a lot of like shady stuff is kind of going on in the story of this game. We're on day 8 right now of 13, and like mentioned, they're not quite. They're a bit incongruous. They later days are going to be a lot longer. It's just mostly just a bunch of cutscenes going on here.
Yeah, and did I miss the next day already?
We're on day 8 now.
Okay. So again, like it's like, oh, day 8 out of 13 or day 12. It's like, no, they're gonna get progressively longer. Sarah's asleep, so I have no idea why my internet's acting up. But I will close a few things nonetheless here.
Yeah, you're going robotic there for like a bit.
My computer doesn't like when I have 2 Chromes with 2 different monitors. It's very bizarre. I move the chat window back and forth, so I think that's what caused it. So this is the next set of training, and this is for day 9. Who is this again for?
Oh, it's day 8.
Sorry, day, yeah. Robo gun.
Yep. What's with the FOV? It's just kind of a side effect of how the game is captured. Not really much can do that at this point.
Oh, got a little. There you go. There's a speed glitch.
Yeah. So very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as the run is really heavily about optimizing stuff like combat, anywhere you can save time is always handy.
Oh yeah, we were shaving off like thirds of a second in the GameCube version just by taking a different path because you take it like 6 or 7 times. It adds up a little bit. If you can save, it's a good time save.
Anything you can easily save, like you know, relative to other time save, is always nice. As combat is so variable, it's like any given fight you can just lose or gain 10 seconds just because the AI behaved a little bit more nicely.
So each of those little text boxes that pop up every now and then, that is, I do believe, the save prompt. And if Bombomb were to choose a save, I do believe it takes a good while to save. It's not the worst, but it's not like, you know, a big time loss, but every text box says we love Robo battles. True, Palmer, true. I mean, everyone here is just enjoying custom Robo battles, that's all. Is this the trap gun user? Oh, he has a very strange charge on him where he just flails. Ghost.
This guy looks like such an anime like villain.
What, the guy sitting on the rock?
Oh, the guy, well, him too, but the guy you're facing here, the guy he's facing right now. I don't know. I get like Saturday morning cartoon vibes anytime I see this game.
Is this Yaiba?
No, this is
No. That's Taraji.
Yeah, he is Tsurugi.
Tsurugi, thank you.
Tsurugi, yeah.
Yeah, X is Taraji, and then after that, I think there's one more battle, Yaiba. That'll be after, because I think that's during after we go back to bed for the day. Oh, so this arena is honestly my least favorite arena in the GameCube version, just because Linda.
Yeah. Any arena with lava is just messy.
Potential free damage, but at the same time,
Free damage.
also you
free
can use
damage
against
down
you.
for you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I still would love to get the combo again, where you like you knock an enemy into lava, and then your bullets like suspend them as they bounce out of the lava, and they fall into the lava again. Yeah. So this is Taraji.
Yeah. This was I didn't coin the phrase, but it described it in my PB for the GameCube version of my basketball dribble the enemy in lava. Just it's 700 damage later. I was like, that's nice.
Yeah, lava can be a great boon in the speedrun. It's just like a random, easy 100 damage that instantly rebirths. But, well, almost instantly. Yeah, Hornet just really putting in work, because if you get the shots at short range, they add up to a ton of damage.
Ooh. Sorry, I didn't pay attention. That is, he's constantly being hit in the lava at the end there too. That was a shotgun user. So that's a scary fight then. So Genta and Taha, we're gonna wander off. We're gonna go to a cave. That is
Taihei, that's his name.
Yes.
Been saying hey Ta, I think.
Taha, I've been saying, I think.
Whatever. Your band of friends. It's obligatory in every custom Robo game.
Well, someone has to speak for you.
Yeah. Good old silent protagonist.
I like Breath of Fire 1 where Ryu actually talks. It's weird. So this would be Yaiba versus
Tsurugi.
Yeah, Tsurugi.
And they're just doing their hot-blooded shonen battle. So coming up here, we finally do get to play against Yaiba, but before that fight, he's going to go straight to the parts generator, and he's going to get a shotgun, which, as we alluded to earlier, is a very strong gun for its ability to just deny the opponent any ability to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Also, not only is again, it's great to shut down the opponent with the javelin and being able to teleport. This is actually kind of opposite of the Day 7 fights for Battle Revolution, where you're fighting the shotgun guy on ice. Is you technically have that same role now. You're now the Strike Basher on the ice. This is nice to see the opposite side of things. And you can see here, that is a gorgeous battle, bombomb.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, that was legitimately flawless. I don't think I could have ever tried to put anything else up there for how to improve that battle. So yeah, the Strike Basher pairs really well with a shotgun that can down things, and you can do a lot of charges into enemies. Standard Bomb S also is still available to stun the enemy to set them up for the shotgun or charges. So, and also it's an ice field, so you don't want to be walking around the ground. So Javelin likes to be in the air, vanishes back and forth. That's the name for the Robo, but it makes a big difference. And now we're on to day 10, which is so day 9 now. This is the final exam where we have to fight a bunch of people to graduate.
As opposed to every other day where we have to fight a bunch of people for other reasons.
Lunch buddy. Hey, in arena, that's true. Because Arena added, you have to buy stuff for parts, and it was very annoying because things are expensive in that game. You have to fight a lot of battles over and over and over again. At the same time, you did fight kids for the lunch money a lot in that game.
Are we the baddie?
Honestly, in Arena, yeah. I can actually answer that, PX. So, the way the custom Robo Arena works is certain commanders, or people who use the custom Robos, they actually program into their custom Robos arenas. So, using an example from the GameCube version, Carmen has that lava one with like the kind of donut arena, and then the part in the middle goes down and exposes lava. That's the one she programmed into her thing. Walt has one which is basically an ice arena. So they come default with the things. Normally the hero can't use his own arena, and he's at the mercy of other people's stuff. And we see here again the speed glitch going through these little hallways, making things a little bit quicker. So they don't have mini arenas on their person, they have it programmed into their robos. And here's a fun fact, is they are 4-meter squared arenas, canonically.
Yeah, I mean, they do carry, in this game, they do carry around these little portable things that they can go into for arenas. But yeah, the way it works is the individual layouts of every arena. There's either like a default one, or special people have their own special arenas. Sometimes it have to do with their characters, sometimes it have to do with like personal deals. It's great because eventually Evil in Custom Robo for the GameCube gets his own arena, and it's just his face is everywhere.
Yeah, and it's the biggest arena.
Yeah, it is one of those things that I thought actually had like some potential for some interesting little aspects of storytelling to each character. Even if, you know, I mean, like, we don't really talk much about the story of this game because, I mean, the first few were kind of whatever, and then Custom Robo GameCube was trying to do a little too much.
Yeah,
but it is definitely something that like they kind of tried to do, and like, yeah, having different arenas match each character a little bit. Icier characters tend to have icy arenas, for instance.
Yep.
Anyway, so we still have a few more battles to go here on this final exam. I believe there's 7 on this total day, but like there's 5 like significant ones of named characters. That was quite a juggle. They're quite a bounce from the cube launcher there.
Yeah, I do believe he still has a shotgun, so this is a shotgun battle.
Yeah.
So says whoever can get closer first, pull the trigger wins. Yeah, because otherwise they all get downed repeatedly.
Yeah, kind of a little game of chicken, except you don't actually have chicken heart.
So, I still love I beat you guys with that.
We all still hate you for that.
I know.
I'm sad that they don't. Is chicken heart in the earlier games? I don't remember. I don't know if that was like, introduced in GameCube.
It wasn't introduced in GameCube. I do believe Burning Beast was introduced in this game, but there was no chicken heart in particular. But Burning Beast was a type introduced to V2. So there was a couple other ones there.
Yeah, basically can dash in midair. Like it vanishes in midair and like blinks. Like even more than like a Strike Vanisher type.
Actually, bombomb typed up a wonderful guide for us for commentary, but also for how things go. In the appendix, the ones that have been added that does not appear in Battle Revolution is the Burning Beast type, the Big Boy, Little Sprinter, the Old Timer, the Sassy Stunner, and the Wild Soldier types. So there's actually quite a few models of the Robos in this game that you don't see in the GameCube version. And I can't remember exactly what it's called, but there's one which is basically like a raven or a crow. I absolutely fell in love with that one casually. That one worked really well for me. It basically operated like Chicken Heart. It had kind of like the V style air dash or charge in it. So we're going through them. We'll be versing, I believe, Yuri here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 3 more fights on the day. Mm-hmm.
And then after this day is done, we'll be at battle number 50. So we have, 40 more to go after that, and there's only technically 3 more days after this. So, day 12. Although I have to admit, I actually really enjoyed the end game for this game. It was actually a lot of fun to play. The battles were good. The dungeon was nice.
Just casually just getting a perfect here.
Yeah,
No
just
sweat.
absolutely destroy it. Yeah.
Question in the chat: why is Ash Ketchum the main character? Look, that was just a thing of like the late '90s. As you had some kid between the age of 9 and 13 with some sort of baseball cap going around collecting monsters and beating things up. Either that or goggles. It was either a hat or goggles.
Yeah, or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
Thanks, Digimon. Anyways, the last 2 fights on this day are going to be Nanase and Takuma. Nanase has a pretty annoying gun called a Stardust gun that, yeah, that was the name of the spreader gun that we were referring to. It is very annoying.
Yeah, it's just really hard to, like, we can sit here and commentate all day and be like, okay, customer with this and customer with that. It's really hard to know what to talk about because there's so many nuances to the custom Robo battles that I really don't know where to start, nor do I know really how to explain the end too. Like, if you pick up this game and try to emulate what you see Bombomb is doing, you'll realize there's a lot more than just a couple quick button pushes. Like, he's timing everything like flawlessly to do combos. And again, this is a 64 game that operates this quickly. Like, this is really well, it runs really well in the 64.
Yeah, it is a very fluid and well-programmed game.
But actually, to be fair, I've never seen GX. I do know the other ones between V1, V2.
GX is not very well programmed. GX feels like it moves at a crawl.
Yeah, but the other 4, like, they all perform excellent. Truly. I think there's only been like semi-lag on the GameCube version, but only when they overload the sprites in the battles and like have like the ghost edge camera and all sort of stuff for explosions going off. It takes a lot to make it lag a little bit.
Oh, you asked me what my favorite gun is. Takuma here has my favorite gun. This is the drill gun. It pierces the heavens and just is really just silly to deal with. Admittedly, it's not very good against bulky robos because it's just the way the iframes work. But against smaller, like flimsier robos, if you land one hit, they're down pretty much.
Actually, exactly like what's happening right now. Is also it drags like the opponent or target, right to you. You can combo in a lot of different charges into it as well. Like, it's really good for setting up a lot of different bombs or pods or charges or guns. Or not guns, sorry. It is a gun, but like, yeah, it's very inconvenient, but
he is just blowing through the time. This has been a rougher fight than the rest. Yeah, boss fights tend to just like have better AI. It is a weird thing to try and like explain because it's like you feel it and you notice it, but you don't really know why. They just seem to like they're more aggressive and like they time their stuff better.
Oh, so he's still doing squats in the background like a champ. So we have now graduated from the academy, so everyone's saying goodbye. And then after this is day 10. Yeah, the mysterious new part shop. I'm honestly surprised the other 2 characters survived the camp, though. Oh, so apparently the mother had no concerns for you just disappearing for 3 days. It's like, okay, think you're back, I guess.
I don't know. Have you seen the moms in these kinds of things? They're always just like, "Oh, son, go off on your adventures."
How do we fight here again? For day 10, is it actually... Trying to keep track of both guides here. Right. I remember this now. So there'll only be 2 battles today. If I remember the story best I can, the mysterious new part shop is basically more or less giving parts, or not parts away, but like chips away. Which is basically more or less brainwashing, or setting up to brainwash a bunch of basically commanders to be evil. And people are getting more aggressive, if I recall correctly. It's been a long time since I played this part of the game. For some reason I played like, days 1 to 6, and then I played the last day, so I'm more familiar with that stuff. But the fight after this one, I hate this arena.
Yep. I think I actually don't think we've quite mentioned. If you down an enemy while it's firing, you can sometimes get what's called a pierce, which is where all of their stuff just disappears off the screen.
Mm-hmm. Well, minus bombs and pods. Those will stay.
Yes, those will stay. But like gun ammo just like disintegrates.
It's the overload status.
Yes.
We saw there, bombomb went to the lava just a little bit and got hit twice for 200 damage. That can go both ways. If you knock your opponent in there, you can sit there and keep them in the lava for some free damage. Although, shotgun and stuff, you can do more damage than the lava can, but it's consistent damage no matter what defense they have. And I do believe this next fight, we will be fighting someone who has the dragon gun, if I recall correctly.
Love the dragon gun. Probably
I had never been good with it.
one of my 3 favorites, because it fires a dragon, and if it hits, it just does like 100 damage. It's not particularly good, but it's fun. It's one of those.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But it is no hornet gun. I can't get Joe. That's on the chat. Yeah, you can see their bombs curving around the dragon gun with the javelin. This is where high mobility really makes a difference, and if you're able to like close in like that with a shotgun, like you can shut down the dragon gun, and the dragon its hitbox is technically on its tail as well. It's not just the front of the dragon gun bullet. So if people were to walk or try to teleport behind it and hit it, like they'll still get hit and bumped around a bit.
Yeah, it's one of those guns that, like, dealing with it really teaches you the importance of strafing around your opponent rather than just, like, dashing right into them.
Yeah. So we are on to...
That is just a good tactic in most games.
I mean, the GameCube version literally has a moment where if you talk to like all the green text in the game for AI, or not AI, the information that they give you, literally says, "Do not wander into open areas for no reason." It's like, good advice. And that one I will agree with. And off we go very quickly. Honestly, saving literally seconds there just to dash that way. So we're at the Marine Park. I love that dolphin mascot there. And I asked quite some time ago what the other animal we will see Fukashi with later. And this might give more of a hint to it. So we'll talk to a few people here to set it up. Thankfully, again, not everyone, just a couple people. And we're going to do another tournament because Custom Robo loves tournaments. If you forget about storyline, do a tournament.
Yeah, it's the old Togashi way.
Yeah.
It's just, does the story need more fighting and more tension? Just add a tournament.
Yeah. I still think you should lose the Marcia in Day 6 in the GameCube version. Steel Hearts would still win.
Yeah.
But no, but thou must. You must win all the battles. This game's no exception as well. There's no battles you can freely lose or forfeit.
Yeah. It is worth noting, at least, if you lose in any battles in this game, you can just retry the fight at the start. It's not like it goes back to save or anything, so...
So this is the skill that Genta and Taha learned, is they are commanding the same Robo at the same time, despite it's supposed to be one Robo per one mind.
Yeah, so, I mean, it doesn't really make any actual difference in
No,
gameplay, to be
not
fair.
at all. Oh, so you're fighting in like a little fishy arena, which is very cute.
I love this arena. It's,
Yeah. It's a shame we never got into the GameCube, because I would have loved to see the high definition fishes. That was a very quick battle. So they lost. So the power of teamwork didn't work out there, but there's only one position available for them to enter the tournament, so they entered as a pair. That's the reason why they were there. So you progress to the next one, and instead of the speed is just so funny to me. It's like, okay, next match is starting in 2 seconds. Got it. When was that glitch discovered, Bomb? Because that has to be recent, right?
Reset, yes. Always reset
Yeah.
before starting battle.
So once again, into the arena here. The computer has a head stuck on the ground, so straight up shotgun. There you go. And all the battles, all the explosions and stuff.
so there's just fish swimming around.
Yep.
It's just like walls. It's great.
It's also nice to see, like, again, the GameCube version, you don't tend to use pods very much. That was a really clean battle. But you can see Bomb literally bouncing the enemy back and forth between the pods and stuff like that, and the bombs to set up another shotgun blast by the time it's done resetting. Because you can't just keep pushing the gun. It does have a cooldown. So once again, we're going to be versing Yuri here. I don't think she's changed too much since last time, because we fought her like, 2 days ago? But she's still the same kind of annoying gun user, so, you know.
To be fair, that doesn't narrow it down very much with these games. There are a lot of annoying guns.
True. Also, you should be using the bubble gun just to be thematically correct in the aquarium here.
But the bubble, as much fun as the bubble gun is, it's more about like space and area denial than it is about. It does not do a lot of damage.
No,
but
but
it is
if you
fun.
it is very fun, especially if you set up bombs and stuff like that. So Yuri is gone. Off to the next one, possibly at hypersonic speeds. We don't know what bombs are doing right now.
So yeah, this is the last battle against, or this is the next battle against Yaiba. He has a drill gun as well this time. So his whole thing at this point is he doesn't have like the best control over his Robo, and he's been trying to retune himself, because he's, you know, little brother complex. He wants to, you know, be the great that his brother who passed away before the events of the game was.
Also Turtle.
Also Turtle.
Oh, if you play Elden Ring, dog. I still don't really understand that truthfully too much, but all I know is that meme. So that was a nice clean tournament. So you're gonna get another trophy added to the shelf.
Huzzah!
Banzai.
Banzai!
Yes.
Except we get stopped by one Mr. Fukashi here.
Yeah.
Who's broken into the tanks.
please, like, this is
I
super
love it.
illegal to begin with. Like,
It's so illegal, but you know what? It's so great.
yeah. So we have to go deal with them. So of course, with Fukashi constantly training monkeys, we see Caesar, but Caesar's not going to fight us. He's now trained a dolphin.
Yeah, so
And
this is
Robo the
Cleopatra
dolphin
the
uses is
dolphin.
amazing too.
Yeah, so this is Cleopatra the dolphin.
Yeah.
It's got a robe. Man, I thought Ace Attorney with you cross-examining a
Parrot.
bird was a lot. No, here we're fighting robots with a dolphin.
Which the dolphin is also a dolphin robot. It has a dolphin head. So
Yeah, dropping Robo and dropping pots and bubble gun.
yeah. This is very thematically correct.
It is so silly, and I love it.
Yeah. And then, Battle Revolution will be like, things are dying everywhere, people are getting murdered. It's like, why are you so dark all of a sudden? Like, how'd you go from, like, dolphin robots and, like, fun stuff like this to all of a sudden, like, grim apocalypse storyline?
End of the world, but also everyone is still a goofball.
Yeah.
I love this series. It's such a shame that, like, unfortunately, Nintendo has just not really done a lot with it. It is a Nintendo IP, like a first-party Nintendo IP. You can tell that because it does get very little bits of representation in Smash, like an assist trophy and a whole bunch of stickers
A
and
second trophy
trophies.
now. Yeah, and actually, speaking of, Sakurai is a big fan of the Custom Robo series, and he like you can see that in the World of Light. There's a bunch of Flare and Ray Mark III and all. Like, there's quite a few Custom Robo references that were just not needed, but it's really nice to see.
I mean, they did bring
That's how big the Robos are.
They did bring Bot and Kaidos back out of nowhere, so fingers crossed that maybe they give us something besides just putting them on Virtual Console.
Honestly, I would love if there's some sort of translation. No, so we're fighting outside the arena now. Because this is kind of a street battle. Where, Taha was basically brainwashed because he got one of the mysterious chips, and he is heading off, and we're kind of stopping him. And yeah, you can see here the shotgun charge and bomb blasts and all sorts of stuff, just setting up a huge amount of damage versus him.
Yeah, in Universe, Robo battles are designed to be safe, but there is like a safety filter. And like fighting on the outside of arenas is like sort of forbidden and not like because it's not safe.
Yeah, there's also don't worry about them, they'll come back later. In Custom Robo Arena, they explain it they explain it in detail, I should say. But basically we have the parts which are legal, which are restrained to the point of after doing a battle with someone, no one's going to be like damaged. And then with the illegal parts is they go past that threshold, and basically now someone might get harmed either physically or mentally by losing a battle. And when you do street battles, they still have guns. And in the Custom Robo Arena, they actually have quite a few battles where the damage scaling changes because all of a sudden you're fighting outside of it. And yeah, it's kind of scary. Dial up to 11. We're talking about that before.
It is one of their ways of adding a little bit of extra drama to things. There is also like the illegal parts, which, as Shawnee mentioned, they are stronger in terms of what they affect characters in the story. But they are also what most illegal parts tend to be like a souped up version of an existing part. It's pretty standard that they're like deliberately overpowered, meant to be a bit more challenging for the player to deal with. They are also options that you can use in multiplayer, but they tend to be like either through a setting or just house rules not allowed because they're just like strictly better. Like,
well, there's also like, the X laser as well, which isn't really good.
Yeah, like in Battle Revolution, for instance, if you were to play multiplayer with the Crystal Strike gun, you would pretty much be the most hated person at your locals.
Yeah, or just in general, stun gun. Not illegal, really should be.
It's not as overpowered as we make it sound, but it is very stupid. It's like Knuckle, but it's Knuckle, but less fun to play against.
But this is now we are confronting what Takuma Academy was, and they're basically raising more or less an army, and we will be going after them in the next little bit. This is 4 battles, I believe. And then after that, we're going into the final dungeon, which is a lot of battles in a row. As you can see here, everyone, they just set up the little custom robos. So everyone's going to take one. And you can see, actually, everyone have their own little, moments and stuff like that. So, which is kind of cute, but at the same time, why don't you just walk around them?
Because they have guns, Shawnee. I thought we were just went over this.
It's actually, I really want to stress this as well. It's really not evident because Bomb is honestly just doing a super job. The difficulty has increased dramatically. Bomb's just controlling the battles extremely well.
Yeah, and even then, you see he's getting hit more and more as the run goes on. It's just enemies get more aggressive during their rebirth patterns. And you tend to play aggressive even when the enemy has iframes because they tend to take a little bit of time before they start actually trying to do damage afterwards. And it's just optimal to be always in their face, always ready to do damage, frame 1 after their iframes end. But sometimes you just get punished for trying to go fast, and it's just a delicate balancing act throughout the run.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to see the real version of what's his name again?
Dorji.
Yes. Yeah, the squatting muscle man. Yes.
Squatting
try to look at my notes. And yeah, so we're gonna fight a couple more times before we head off to the Goliath base, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And still a shotgun. So it's a little shotgun battle going back and forth. There's a javelin just vanishing in and out of reality, basically to dodge a shotgun bullet, and just getting space between what you need to, which looks so good to see, truthfully. That's why I absolutely loved the javelin as a kid.
Yeah, so I believe the next fight is the first one that really uses an illegal part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next is the first illegal first enemy.
Yep. So this guy here with his evil villain hair just looks so, just stereotypically evil. And that's saying something for a series that has a character named Evil, who's not really evil, he's just a selfish jerk.
And a character named Ernest, who is actually quite nice. We love him.
Everybody loves Ernest.
The importance of being Ernest.
I'm only laughing because of that stupid picture you posted in Discord. Nobody is going to get that.
No. Well, I have a British wife, so it's mandatory. I view it. It's a good movie, forever. But yeah, that's a very clean battle, truthfully.
Yes.
Yeah. So this guy has a gun, just an illegal superpowered version of the needle gun, which is already a pretty annoying gun to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Rasotology and this Tsurugi are the strongest in this speedrun.
So I do believe the heroes are going to regroup and then plan to invade the base or find the base's entrance, one of the two. So I think that was battle number 62, right?
61.
61. There's one more after this one, and then after that's into the final base. Then. I do like Taha's animation of just the idol of his his shirt goes up and pull it back down. It's just bizarre
animation, yeah.
Honestly, I'll take everyone over. We have Harry in Battle Revolution. I'll take any of these characters over Harry.
I'd even take Dennis from Arena. And he's a dweeb.
Yeah, that's a. So there's a side path here that leads to the Goliath base. You can't see it because it's not on the minimap. It's going
Also,
through the mountains.
this
through
is
the
a
mountains.
cutscene here. Otherwise, we would just be zooming past
Yeah.
these nerds.
With the super speed.
Can I say one joke?
Of course you can.
Please watch Taihei's hair. Taihei's hair looks like tomato and tomato leaves.
Oh, boy.
Taihei's hair looks like tomato.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, I can too. Yeah.
All right. So final fight of the day.
You guys discount Power Rangers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Honestly, I do love the design of them, but they honestly they look like Bomberman villains to me as well.
God, I haven't played a Bomberman game in so long.
Honestly, I'm really good at those games. I really should play them sometime. But,
I mean, the most fun that I ever, like, some of the most fun I ever had at a marathon was playing 7-player Saturn Bomberman. Shentok brought, like, Saturn Bomberman to a Limit Break once, and I never had the opportunity to play it with him there, and it's one of my biggest regrets of that marathon.
Wow, giant bomb.
Yep, I love the
Yeah.
Titan Bomb.
Yeah, big explosion.
Yeah. So you can see the terrain does make a difference. It'll block bombs and paws and guns and stuff like that. The Titan Bomb doesn't care. The Titan Bomb will explode and just explode everything around it. It doesn't care if you're behind a wall. It will still hit you. So that was battle number 62. The next segment is battle 63 to 90.
That is basically the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So you
And-
see our time is currently at like 1:40. Yeah, we're going to basically be spending probably around 40 plus minutes here. Also, trapdoor, lovely. This is how you know it's an RPG, because we have a breaking out of prison section.
Yep. I guess he brought a table just to just punch the child, but I guess that's fair.
Nobody does anything without robo battles in these games. That's just how it is. It's like
I'm sorry, no, that's Marcia was decked in the face when she tried to fight someone.
we don't talk about that. Look, I don't make the rules. Have you not seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds where they solve like legal disputes between like criminals and officers in card games? So it's one of the things that I love just about like, Monster of the Week or like toy, like these games designed to sell toys, because it's just, I mean, this game wasn't really made to sell toys, it was just a standalone game, but it fits kind of within that general like theming where it's just like everything is done through whatever like thing that exists in the universe, whether it be robo battles or Pokemon battles or whatever.
If I remember correctly, there's quite a few shops around here that I've been asking for many years. There actually are model kits of the custom Robo figurines, essentially, that you can build. I've been still searching for one, but there is a flare one out there. But I've been trying to see if they can eventually import them. So there's a bunch of Little Battler EX. I can't remember what that series is called. It's a level 5 game, but it's the same kind of concept of building little robos and battling them. That one was like an anime planned game kind of thing, so it's a weird one. That was a very clean battle. Disappearing around of bullets and stuff like that.
Yeah, perfects get harder and harder to come by as the games go on. So, as the game goes on, so like, the fact that he's still getting them like 2/3 of the way into the game is still really impressive.
Oh, so shoutouts to them just not holding back. But if this was the GameCube version, it'd be a 3v1 at this point.
Yep. There actually is a tournament in that game. It's 2v1.
Yeah, getting a gold trophy on that was not fun.
No, it is not.
Oh, we have a flame gun here. Flame gun does more damage the farther away it is from you. And it likes to launch you like that as well, so this gun in particular is really annoying to try to approach.
Yeah, it's like a side grade to the drill gun. It works slightly differently, but it has a very similar thing of just barraging you, like just absolutely flooding you with hitboxes and downing you.
Yeah, there's also, I believe it's the umbrella pods sticking in the air, basically exploding whenever Bomb is jumping up there. I think that's the pod. If not, I'm being a little bit incorrect. But like you can see there, like the whole strategy of that enemy was basically seal off the air route, and then basically you have to deal with the flame gun on the ground. And there's a couple battles in particular, which is just honestly evil for the way they set up Robos. The best one I can explain for, again, GameCube, because I know North American release, and people might be more familiar with that one. In a maze at the end of the game, if you go off a little bit from the route, from the zero fight maze route, there is a metal bear with a stun gun in the smallest arena in the game, and that's the evilest thing anyone has ever done. Because that is the worst possible fight you can find. And likewise, like if you actually look at the parts, like Bomb's doing a wonderful job of like controlling the enemy AI and like making sure he's dodging. But a lot of them are set to the point where it's like, okay, they're trying to block off the air, they're trying to block off the ground, they're trying to get away from you, they're trying to set up traps. That was very clean Bomb as well. I didn't get a chance to finish explaining before that battle was done. But yeah, it's like some of the enemies are legitimately terrifying for how they designed them. But thankfully they all have these giant square tables that are 4 meters squared to fight and get through this dungeon with. Oh, it's just arena.
Shawnee's favorite arena.
Yep. Actually, correction. This is not my least favorite arena. It's the one where 2 conveyor belts going different directions and 2 lava pools.
Goodness, that one.
That one I hate the most.
Yeah, I still think the cramped toilet bowl is probably my least favorite, but that's definitely up there.
Which is the final arena for Custom Robo V1.
I know. I
think
that's why I hate it. It's like defeating Mamoru and his stupid Rayfall gun in that arena is just, or is it Magnum or Rayfall?
Magnum.
I don't remember. It was really, really annoying. Especially because he knocks you down like frame 1 that you're within his line of fire.
Yeah,
and there should be no getting away from it anywhere in that stage.
Yeah, like, looking at chat, it's like this game feels like very Bakugan. Yeah, it's a whole kind of capsule solution answer kind of thing. Also, shout out to like the Haunted Mansion map for some reason. Just, it's there. I like it.
Like we said, there's a lot of just like thematically really cool maps in this game.
There's one that's coming up still. That's, I want to say like midway through the final dungeon, where it's like a giant metal grate going around, and it will, like, you're stuck within that section as it rotates around the entire arena. And I love that one. That's very nice too. Also, again, just a random Halloween-based map of just a spooky castle. I love it.
Yeah, that stage's name is Graveyard.
Yes. Yeah, here's the arena I love. It's one of the more creative ones, because the longer you fight on it, the more you'll see the metal grate just kind of move. And you're kind of stuck based off what it's going to be revealing, so you have to plan around that too. You see eventually the lava's coming up. I don't think we'll even get there before Bomb's done with the battle. Yeah, but you can see the rest of the stage. There's more. You're just so quick, I can't show it off. It is based off how Bomb is capturing the game feed for us to stream it. That's why it has kind of a fisheye view to it. Oh, so I got lost in this place when I was trying to find my way out because there's so many needless doors you don't have to go into. Super speed, super speed, super speed. You see that applause screen? That's bombomb resetting the glitch so you can change directions. And so, someone is lost in, or not lost in the dungeon, but they're in a different part of the dungeon, so they sent their custom Robo through the vent. So eventually we'll be going into Venter as well ourselves.
That's one of the things I kind of wish that they had employed in the story of the other games, like the fact that your Robos are separate things. Because it used to be you could only just summon them in the arena, except for the one evil Robo that could just... the autonomous Robo.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's the overload there, where you saw the bullets all disappear with a shotgun hit. It makes a big difference, because again, Javelin's not the bulkiest Robo, but you're able to like control the bullets and stuff like that by hitting the enemy first. They walk over their bodies. Like, it's not worth it. Just fall. This is the... Oh, what is this one? Is this the dark room? No. This is, the noodle bowl one from the GameCube version.
Yeah, Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
It's the reskin version.
Yeah. Again, I love how they reuse the maps in the GameCube version. Once you find out what their origins are, you're like, okay, cool. Like this one, the arena in particular, there's a little platform that rotates around and you can get the high ground and shoot down from the top.
I'm actually curious. So one of the things that we haven't really mentioned, this was mostly for the GameCube version, but it did eventually develop a very small little net play scene. I was like, I think of arenas like that. Like, was that one of those banned arenas? Because I know that they, tend to, set up house rules for banned arenas. Oh,
yeah,
boy,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is actually, there are platforms you can actually see on the screen. They're fully black. Good luck. In the heat of battle, being able to dodge stuff or get behind stuff is quite difficult. There's, I think, 3 or 4 platforms in this arena. It is on the GameCube version as well. Thankfully, Javelin can track down enemies pretty easily. And that, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about what's the difficulty of this arena. To be fair, the optimal thing to do in this arena would be just play really aggressive because there's not a lot of things in the way. So you hit your opponent before they hit you. We get
we're talking to Flare again. And we see everyone in a different background and whatever. More stairs. We found where they're imprisoned and we can free our friends. Which means we do all the work and Genta sits there and just watches again for like the 18th battle in a row. Like, just carry a frying pan with you. Just smack the people as your friends battling. Like, the evil people. Like, why not use all 6 Pokemon at once? Why do you have to go 1v1? flame gun again here. And we have some other people in the prison cells. Is this Koteng?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the illegal Phoenix gun user.
That's a real pain.
The Phoenix gun in general is just a very strong gun. The illegal version is just that much worse, truthfully. Easiest way to deal with it.
Timing his air dodges out of the enemy rebirth so well.
Yeah. So we didn't really get to see it. We saw a very brief, like, purple smear as it went towards the camera. Yeah, that's the Phoenix gun, everyone.
Illegal parts ain't nothing when you got good spacing and good timing.
Yeah. Again, if I remember correctly, the javelin used to be used briefly in the GameCube version for the route, right? There was like a javelin route or something along the lines.
At one point a long time ago, but I think it was more a runner like pet pick than anything. Like they just wanted to use it. The routes for these games tend to change quite a bit just by the nature of what kinds of parts there are.
When would be a good time to warn the staff to set up the next runner as well? Because I don't know what pace bombom's going through these. Because this is battle number 74 out of 90 done.
I mean, I recognize the final room, so I'd probably say, because I think we fight like the same fight, like. Yeah, you fight like the same fight like 3 times in a row or something.
Okay, thanks, Hard Spirits.
So, as was being mentioned in chat, about the music of this game. So, the main composer is a team of 4 that worked on the music for this game, but the main composer for this game is Shinji Hosoe. Probably mostly known for his work on. He's done a lot of stuff with like arcade games. He also did some Ridge Racer. He did some rhythm game stuff. He did the Naruto games for the GameCube alongside a couple of regular collaborators. He's worked with Ayaka Saso in a lot of games. And probably his most famous work in the West is the Zero Escape series, which is a very different type of soundtrack. It's more of like a horror kind of soundtrack, but yeah, he's done quite a lot, and he was pretty active in the 90s and early 2000s. Did some stuff on Street Fighter, some stuff on Tekken.
So we're fighting in a bathroom now.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, Fukashi and Caesar were captured, and they are basically cleaning the bathroom. So we are now freeing them, and Fukashi is cheering for us to giant rolls of toilet paper. Small robos, not giant rolls of toilet paper. I do love how there's the animation of them walking over the body. And he immediately falls into a trap. And then, you know what? Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Caesar wants to be with Fukashi. And it's like, well, bathroom break's done. Let's keep going. It's the second custom Robo game that has a random bathroom fight in it. So I like the tabletop version of the arena. Oh, so those are giant tables for the size of people too. And shotgun. Yeah, as of right now, like we're going towards Homura, I think.
I think
And-
it's a gun that's like a souped up version of the dragon gun.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of similar to the worm gun of GameCube Custom Robo.
yeah. It's nothing else. It's the illegal dragon gun in the game, and the dragon gun again is great. Fine. The illegal version in the GameCube one, instead of shooting one, he shoots three, and it's extremely overpowered. So it's also a weapon if you use against friends. Oh yeah, they're tickling the man. Don't worry. They're how they're getting his information out of him for where the secret entrance is. They were not pummeling him with a custom robo. They were tickling him on the ground. So that's the secret path through the hallway of people, and he collapses again, conveniently. And make short work of that hallway with the double speed. Oh, I guess you don't need the story point there. I thought actually you had to examine the picture frame there. Bleh. He lost. There's some form of barrier there that we can't get to. And we're going to be going through the little hole here because we're going to send our custom robo through. Which is actually a really neat thing because you actually get to see, you know... Did you do the double speed with the little custom robo?
That's so good. I love that.
Just a straight little hallway, just straight through. You're not supposed to move that fast. I don't know what that model's called for life of me. I used to love it.
Good old Gatling gun.
Mm-hmm.
Just a personal favorite. Although Gatling is kind of similar to like drill and flame, but like I'd say it's probably the most practical of the three, but because it has the most range. But it's just unload a whole bunch of fire. There have actually been some routes with the Gatling gun in Battle Revolution, but they're more like beginner routes than like serious, optimized, go fast kind of routes.
But also, I do want to stress this as well. Like when it comes to either V2, V1, the DS version, Arena, or Battle Revolution for the GameCube, if you enjoy these games casually, you can speedrun it. And let's say you have a particular set of parts you like to use. You can just do a New Game Plus run with those parts and just get the feel for things and any of these types of stuff and just have fun. Like this is a really fun speedrun to pick up and learn. It feels really good when things obviously go well. But like I've run like over 80 plus games now and Custom Robo is still my favorite. I just really wish it was easier on the wrists, but when it goes well, it feels great.
Yeah, exactly. It is one of those things too, or like pretty easy, like Shawnee was saying, it's pretty easy to just pick up because like the games are short enough that a speedrun is effectively just like a well-played casual playthrough. There's not really a lot of glitches, and I know some people really like glitchy speedruns, but there's also like a subset of people who they just like speedruns where you really just play the game quickly, and this is definitely one of those sorts.
There's a parts generator, PAR, then TS is 1. So 4 frames animation for 5 letters. It always amused me. Just wanted to point that out. At least they have the branding down. They have the Goliath doors. And now we're in Arena.
A custom Robo arena. Like I just wanted to say something stupid. Yeah,
I say that all the time.
Yes. This is why this is why you've been banned in my channel a few times.
I think it's 11 now.
We have fun
Love
in
it.
these communities.
Oh yeah. So now they're going to test everyone by sending out little tiny custom robos to battle everyone. Each one gets their own. It's like, okay.
I still am not convinced that Taihei is like any skill whatsoever. They needed to 2v1. They needed to two minds, one controller. You to stand a chance.
My theory is it's not 2 minds, 1 controller. It's basically little brother syndrome. We give them the unplugged controller and tell them they're doing something.
Okay, which one's the little brother of those two? Is the question.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah,
now I'm concerned of what your brother did to you as a kid.
Quite a lot. Truthfully, we'll get to that one there. So, making short work of that one, everyone wins their battles, and then, oh no, he likes these tests. So they're going to send you off to go fight him as well. And is this Kote? No.
No, Homura.
This is Homura, yeah. Yes, this is the dragon gun. So this is one that bomb. It's also, you can see the surrounding area. You can't really flee too far to the side. So this is going to be quite an annoying one. This is where, again, javelin, just with evasive capabilities, this is so useful. Because you can close in the gap very quickly or just dodge, depending on what you need. And if you don't actually aim the control stick while air dashing, you will always go towards the enemy. So if you're ever wanting to just go straight, you just don't touch the control stick and just mash jump, and you'll go straight to the enemy. So he didn't like losing, so we had to fight him a second time.
God, if only things worked that way in this series. I mean, to be fair, it actually works for you because you just keep trying a fight until you win. But still.
Well, to be fair, at least in Custom Robo Battle Revolution, it fades to black and acts like nothing happened. They actually have ending little things.
It was like, you got owned. What? Maybe you shouldn't get owned. I still can't believe there's actually a programmed thing to happen when you lose the 3v1 or the 1v3. Mm-hmm. No, it's 3v1 because there's no universe in which you should ever lose that fight. But they programmed in.
I will say, I let Marcia and Sergey fight in that battle by themselves. They both lost.
Wow. The AI in that game was really that bad.
Yeah. I was curious. I stayed out of the way the entire time, and both of them lost.
Yeah, so all of the battles in the N64 game, I imagine due to memory limits, are 1v1.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
console and stuff like that.
they added later 4-player options.
Yep, here comes
more little robos. More little guys.
Oh no, there's only 4 of them. And they tell you to go on without them. They'll deal with them.
Also, here comes Yaiba to save the day.
Yep. They need a 5th person.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is you need one guy per enemy. That's just how they do things in Shonen.
True. So now there's a graveyard-esque style thing here. So all the graves have torches on them for some reason. Okay. And this is kind of the final gauntlet area, right? Where it's you're going up to the end boss.
Pretty much. So yeah, we're coming up near the end of the run. So
there's one particular fight I want to point out eventually, but yeah, this arena. Oh my goodness, I hate this arena as well. If you're familiar with it, you hate it too. It splits up in quarters.
Ooh, yeah, this one. Yeah,
so
you really want to stay on
small arena. And then there we go. And it splits up and it goes back. And it splits up the other way. It goes back. It splits up in quarters and goes back. if you're versus someone with a dragon gun or something, you can just be zoned completely.
Yeah,
it's a real fight on.
It's a real menace if you end up getting split in that
Mm-hmm.
especially during the run, because during the run you're using shotgun, and yeah, you're basically just chucking bombs and praying if you get separated.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so scary to see. Yeah, that's why I saw it again. This one has a snow pitfall mechanic to it, if I remember correctly, too, as well. If you, depending on where you are on the map, you might fall into a hole. Which is interesting, but thankfully not really done for the rest of the series afterwards, because, yeah. It's a standard bomb S coming in handy just for stunning enemies. Hey, you're finishing in the center of the stage too. Wonderful job.
That was style.
Yeah. Actually, if you do let the winning animation play out, you actually can see the other Robo in the background crying in defeat. So he was knocked out unconscious, and he's now been brainwashed to the evil side. So we have to take him out. So Jiro, we have the notes here. He uses the Minamo gun.
Souped up rayfall gun called Minamo.
Yeah, this arena as well. If you like hills, great map for you. If you don't like hills and your guns tend to hit walls, this part sucks.
Yep.
So thankfully, but if you have the high ground, like obviously everyone should know that gives you an advantage. You actually do quite well. If you're shooting up the hill, like it's not very good. But you see the rayfall on how it operates. This gun is ideal for this terrain.
Yeah, it's very much about just getting the high ground and raining down damage from above.
Yeah.
Bomb doing a pretty good job of keeping close enough in space to not have to deal with that too much. Yeah. All right, so we have 6 battles left for the rest of the run.
Yep, and there's still, like, my favorite battle's still coming up. It's not the end battle, it's not the second end battle, it's, let's comment on it when it happens. A glimpse of it earlier, and, Genta and Taha were controlling the same Robo. 2 minds, 1 Robo. But not the only one that could do that.
I would hope not, because they're kind of weaklings.
And names-wise, so we're gonna fuse two Robos into one. And actually, this is my favorite fight in the game. It's my favorite arena to fight on the game, and it's the coolest looking Robo as far as I'm concerned, because it's half blue and half gold, and it actually, I do want to say, it actually beat me up in the casual playthrough. But everything about this fight, I just really enjoy. It looks like such a good Robo too. It's also Strike Vanisher, so I'm a little bit biased.
Strike Vanisher is just being like this, just incredibly obnoxious to try and approach. Very adept at running away, and Bomb here just like trying to close the distance and then getting punished. So
actually, yes, this actually was a trophy in Melee, I believe. You can also see the damage that Bomb was able to put out. Bomb was getting hit at the start there. All of a sudden, oops, enemy's dead. But that's still my favorite Robo when I was playing for this game.
We got one more of these to go.
So now it's slightly different. Because now they have all illegal parts.
Hit by their own bomb. What a nerd.
Okay, who does that? Anyway,
Literally
please don't look at our VODs.
Despite the increased illegal parts, Bomb having a way easier time dealing with this one. I spoke too soon, but still, yeah.
Oh, that was good at the end.
That was beautiful. Apart from the one down, that was a really good fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I absolutely love how that Robo looks. The bayonet, I believe, is what Bob Guide said. So now we're in the final room.
Yeah, so the kind of whole deal here is they have it set up to where battles in this arena will actually like inflict damage to the commander, and Hakuma is in pretty bad position because Nanase has been kidnapped and held hostage, and they basically say like the villain is just cartoon villain. He's like, you need to fight each other, like you fight each other, and I get to watch your suffering, and if you don't, then we'll kill Nanase. So yeah, we're kind of forced into a battle we don't really want to undertake here. This is just his way of dealing with some of his competition.
Which, you know.
To be fair, we were the only competition. I say as Bomb immediately starts on him. Just take 100 damage. I mean, it's not the worst way you could start. It's still faster than starting on your head. So
Yeah.
I love the animation of like when a Robo hits the lava and their just legs start kicking, like you know, it's some sort of Looney Tunes cartoon.
Just hot, 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 hot. Yeah, it's honestly a lot of fun to see, but also you can see, like, you know, dipping down the lava, like. Also, that damage does add up after a while, because the lava probably would take out the Robo there. For the Blue's HP 121, that'd be nearly enough to pick up a KO if it just stood there for a little bit longer. And blip.
Blip.
So this is now battle 88 out of 90.
Yeah, so this is Roga, and he is just full of illegal parts, and he has a souped-up knuckle gun, which knuckle gun is like even more shotgun than shotgun. The range is shorter, but the damage output, it downs instantly, and its damage output is incredible.
Yeah, and it can be layered very easily too.
So even though it was not in the best starting position, Bomb just barely was able to win out on the getting up race that starts every Robo battle.
Yeah, but this is also
still taking a lot of damage.
This is also not the javelin anymore. Bomb quickly switched to the Hawkman. And yeah, this honestly helps with durability, but you can also see how much damage this is piled up here too. Like,
cutting it close.
So close.
Yep. Very good though. Very good. Like, that's an extremely dangerous battle. That one walled me for quite some time when I played casually. I was using just base javelin, and you don't have the durability for that.
Now the bad guy, Rokudo, leader of Goliath here, sends out
My favorite
famous
Robo.
one. Yeah, so there's usually like one just souped up Super Robo. This thing is just massive. Doesn't move a lot. It doesn't take doesn't really down, and it does so much damage if it connects. So you kind of have to like space your movement. pretty well.
This is why the Hornet gun is just so good here. You can just see this layering, this dodging the lasers. The charged up, I want to say ground shot is the giant laser, while the aerial one is the 5-1, or it's backwards. But yeah, Jameson, for anyone who's played Custom Robo Arena, you can unlock Jameson as a Robo in that. I used to take it online and verse people. I was that person.
You ass.
So, but extreme HP, nothing like Rahu 3 though, but it's still a lot of defense comparatively. And
Yeah,
that's
it
why
chunks you every
BGs.com.
time you hit it. Like, Bomb timed his spacing really well on that
Yeah.
fight, because that fight can just shred your HP bar.
Yeah. We're going to be switching back from Hawkman to Javelin for the final battle.
Yep, final battle is Nanase, which basically is a souped up version of her stuff.
Yeah, and Rokudu they revealed, it's like, oh hey, it's like, she's going to help her father. And I think if I remember the audio cue correctly, you can literally hear sirens approaching as Nanase battles kind of happen. Like, they already know they're going to be arrested. They're just going to verse you. So theoretically, you should be able to lose this battle and then, like, game ends, right? But probably not.
Yep, so final battle, which it's not quite as dramatic as Jameson, but it is the last battle. So
it's thematically dramatic, but for actual difficulty purposes, it's not as bad as the last two battles, in my opinion. But it's still quite dangerous if things get out of hand.
It turns out illegal parts are kind of cracked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, freeze. That's right.
So far, like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just like, wait till this is over. Dang, she is just dodging.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a comeback!
Yo.
What a comeback! Bob.
That was a deathless run. I didn't want to say
Time will be
anything,
coming up.
but that was a deathless run.
Yeah.
Dang.
The timing will stop in the black transition to the credits after the final cutscene. So, Bombomb, if you can let us know when that is for.
Yeah. So.
But that was a wonderful comeback. I was like, ugh. That's one combo away from losing the fight there.
Yeah, time will stop timing. It's starting, credit ending.
Yeah, so still a little bit more cutscene going, but
Oh, good run. We're at looking at a low 220 something. Yeah, so record is 218 something. So
Okay, time will stop.
there you go.
221 in a marathon. That is very good.
Yes. A couple rough fights here. And it shows like your PB is like 3 minutes faster. You can spot here or there maybe there's a couple slow bits, but yeah, that was an amazing run, Bomb. Wonderful job.
Yeah, thank you. I had a really good time with Shani and the Ghost.
Always happy to help out, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to participate again if I get a chance in this Questing for Glory. Yeah.
Maybe by next time, maybe I'll learn this run for myself and race you. How about that?
Battle Revolution's race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Race both V2 and Battle Revolution.
Yeah, hopefully you can comprehend the enjoyable of this custom Robo V2 because it is only Japanese version.
Yes, I can memorize menus. If I do things quick enough and it's like, okay, third option, second menu, I'll be okay.
Yeah, you can usually piece together enough with this game, admittedly. Like, it is mostly just a battle simulator if you don't really need to care about, like, the story or anything. But, like I mentioned, there's a whole guide on GameFAQs that gives you pretty much all of the summary that you need if you want to play this game for yourself. There is also a speedrun server for Custom Robo N64 and a speedrun server for Battle Revolution, which we all hang out in, and we're all just chill and happy to help if anyone's interested in running any of these games.
Yeah.
So
we have resources available. We have guides. We have video guides. If we don't have something, mention it. We'll make it.
Yeah, we also have nerds. Yeah, we have nerds.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy to be able to accommodate this run. I'm always extremely proud of bombomb because I remember you came like literally out of nowhere, learned Battle Revolution, and then you learned Wind Waker, you learned this game, you learned V1, V2, you did V1, V2, and Battle Revolution in a row. You've just been using this as a stepping stone. I'm always so proud to see how much you've come as a speedrunner as well. It's so wonderful to see.
So, do you have anything? Is there anything you would like to say, Bomb?
Yeah.
Before we go.
Yeah, that's all. My comment is finished.
Yeah, alrighty. So, yep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having us. High Spirits and Questing for Glory crew. Any of you are still around, actually watching? I know High Spirits is probably getting the next runner set up.
Yeah.
So where are we at? Our next run is going to be Ever Oasis, another one of those rather obscure but still beloved Nintendo games, although this one's for the 3DS. So
Yeah.
we still have one more day, basically about 20 more hours of Questing for Glory, so hope y'all continue to check us out. And if you missed any part of the marathon, the VODs will be on YouTube. So
They're constantly being uploaded right now.
Yep. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop wasting your time and send it over to intermission.